Turn it up. This is an unusual visit to Dimebag Darren World Headquarters here in the corner of my basement. Yeah. This could be interesting. We're going to try out a couple of new ideas of mine together. Figure out if they're full of shite or if I'm on to something fucking excellent here. But together, we're going to find out. Today. You get a weird view. You get a backwards view. Look at that. All right. Well, that ain't the reason that camera's there. It's there because of this. Did I just make that nicer? Straighter? Somehow? Let's take a good look at the body anyway. Welcome back. Dimebag Darren World Headquarters, and today we're going to review guitars. I said guitars. That's right. It's not about a single guitar today. It's about the Gibson. Now the Gibson, the true Gibson, is one of these that has the Gibson name on the top. One that is trying to be a counterfeit. In the case of something like the one that we have here, there are some small subtle changes on this guitar that are enough, I guess, to not get sued. I'm not sure, don't know, but that's how it kind of seems. And so we are able to get away with owning something like this here. Just checking to see what shot is coolest. That's pretty cool. Got a bit of a guitar collection. My first bass is a Squire by Fender. Very good bass, love it a lot. But my second bass is a 5-string Chinese knockoff of a Stingray 5 from Music Man. Fair enough. You know what? I think I sound okay. I'm not going to wear these anymore. Coming through all right. I know the mics are turned up really loud, so hopefully not too many really loud things happen around the house, and, well, we'll see. You'll hear them. The Stingray 5 is an OLP. OLP is original licensed product, or officially licensed product, meaning that the makers in Indonesia who made this had the okay of Ernie Ball, the designer of this bass, and it's actually marked so on the back of the headstock. So pretty cool. Made to Music Man specs and has a replacement pickup in it that's as good as anything Ernie Ball ever put in a Stingray. So this is a very nice bass, but it is a copy. That's my ukulele from grade 6, 5, I don't know. Here is a Yamaha Pacifica, which might as well be a Strat, except that the plug doesn't come out of the body, it comes out of the side. And instead of 3 knobs, I only have 2. But a very well-regarded guitar, works well, and it is a Strat copy, clearly. And then here in the corner is the very first guitar I ever owned. When I was a young paper boy, I went to Danny's Music in Burnaby, British Columbia, and spent $99 for this guitar, an Anjo 41. This Anjo 41 is, I want to say 3/4 size, but I don't think it's even 3/4 size. What do you call it? Junior? I'm not sure. But for years, I thought I was going to get rid of it because it was getting old and beat up, and there was a problem tuning it and whatever. But I've carted it along all the way to here. And Amazon to the rescue. Because I replaced the tuners at the top here. I ordered a set of 2 for less than 10 Canadian. The strings, the new strings, were 17. So the new strings were more. What's wrong with that? Okay, so there we go. El Kabong! Okay, no. But that's not what this is about. That's what this is about. Let's take a look first. First, I ordered the Leo Jaymz LP, meaning Les Paul, guitar in Cherry Sunburst. And it looks great. Like, I've had it for a little while, so I'm going to pick it apart with you. But for the price, now, Americans, you're getting a good deal. Cheaper for you, maybe a little bit. And the dollar, big deal. So this is like $2.99 Canadian spendulix, where you guys get it cheaper. Okay, so let me do. Thank you, Linus. It's all your fault. Okay. So at first, when you take a good look at it, it looks pretty darn good. You know, the finish and color, very nice. Where we can see some differences, and what I'd like to point out up top here is, let me just get the, I'm going to sneak out the close-up, my kind of close-up camera. I have it here. Bear with. I don't want, not again. All right. You turn around, or do I have to turn you? Okay. So, which one is this? That one? No. Bear with. There I am. Oh, it's this one. Thank you. Okay. I think these knobs are pretty cool, but they're not the same style, I think, that you would have found on the you know what? Screw the autofocus. We need micro tap. There we go. So I'm using Droid Cam on my phone, and I just switched the focus to tap. So now it won't hunt all over the place. A few little finger marks there, but they're okay, these knobs. I like the other ones. I'll show you the ones I really like later. Of course, this is what you'd expect to find on a Les Paul. A very basic rear bridge, the old Tune-o-matic, and it is what you'd expect it to be. Now, I have taken the plastic that was on these off, and they sound fine to me, but I'm no pickup guy or even much of a guitar player at all, so I'm not one to evaluate the pickups except for to tell you that they definitely work, and everything does. But, I mean, if you really wanted to pick this thing apart, there actually is a little dent in the body. You can't even really see it, even though I'm trying hard to show it to you honestly. A really small one. Oh, I don't want to turn that around. Look at that ugly mug. Okay, well, small enough that I would have let it go, honestly. And then little stuff like this white binding edge kind of coming through, more large than sort of a finish flaw slightly. I mean, if this was the $3,000 guitar it's copying, let's just say it, you wouldn't have little, I did it again, trying to tap it to focus. Don't really want it to change cameras on you. Anyway, these little tiny things that I'm picking out here, they wouldn't be there. Plus, there's one of the trademark things we're talking about. On a true Gibson, that wouldn't be a little devil point. That would be quite a bit more rounded. And that makes this shape, I guess, a little bit different. So you can see right there how it protrudes, that little tiny bit right there. Anyway, so this is being picky, huh? I mean, and that's what it takes. As you get up here, you get the Leo Jaymz, and it has the more modern tuners. The Shaler copies that do not lock, but look kind of like Shaler lockers. No scarf joint that I can see here in the neck. There I am again. Scarf joint is a joint that would have been right about center there. That, I guess, makes the neck stronger because the Gibson necks were noted for breaking there, and this scarf joint was supposed to be stronger. Of course, we go into the body of this thing, the traditional way, kind of blocky. We get to the cover. That's the cover for the switch. You get a different strap. I put my strap lock on it because I didn't want it falling off my strap while I was playing with it, waiting for what's coming next. And then there's this, but this one here, I noted. Hi there. Oh boy. That's a little bit embarrassing when you don't want that. That screw seems to be fine. That one too. Hang on. Which one of these is the one I wanted? This is the one I wanted to show you. Should be. Actually, the easiest way to see it would be that way, I guess. Right there. Is that one? No, this one. The finger's there. Wow. Make it make sense. There we go. So there you go. The screw is in crooked and not in all the way. So I think there's a level of attention to detail that's, like missing in general. But there's got to be a place where the corners have been cut. I don't see any other way. There's a way that, okay, so all of these things being said, this is nitpicking to say the least. But, and now we're actually going to go back around to the flip side of this. Did I poke up the desk camera yet? There we go. You'll note I have some silicone pillows for this to sit on and let it be beautiful. The big problem was this right here. I guess I'll turn the light on again. Right here, there's a crack that goes around the neck. You can see it quite well right there, actually. And although it may be in the finish and I can't get it to move at all by moving the guitar, like by bending the neck from the body. Let's see how far it goes. Look at that. So this one was going to go back no matter what. Now I set Amazon to send it back. You've got 30 days. And I would have considered another one because I consider that as probably transportation related, or something like that. Otherwise, it doesn't move, and it is a good, I don't know nothing about playing, but I know, what I like, and I like this. I took this thing here, which, the Tune-O-Matic bridge, and you can drop the tuning, drop the action. I dropped it down quite a bit from what it was. Real happy with this. So that being said, no matter what, because of the crack, it's going back. But I don't think that the Leo Jaymz is a bad piece of equipment at all. In fact, I'll go so far as to say that if the crack wasn't there, there's no way I'd be sending this back. And this is more traditional. Other than the tuners, they're not that traditional, the knobs, which are not that traditional, and the corner point here, not that traditional. Those small things, but otherwise, quite traditional. Now, here, all these cameras, and what are you looking at? Nothing, right? Well, you'd be looking at my ass if I see I was turned around. Okay, we're going to remove the soft cushions for a moment because it is time. When I bought the first one, I had done a fair bit of Amazon shopping, looking at this, looking at that, like you do. And I did come across this one here, but I'm looking for my opening knife here. There it is. I did come across this one, but Scar My Guitar on YouTube got a Fezley, which is who makes this, and had to do a fair bit of work to make it good. I was put off by that, but he has since then received better ones. So, I mean, this is a situation where I'm not a luthier, so I'm not going to be fixing this guitar much. But I've also learned a few things by watching good old YouTube, so neck adjustments, that kind of thing, setup, I think I can do that. What I'm concerned with is if I have to, well, what would be bad? Fret work. Anyway, we got the X-Acto Alpha knife, the kind that are good on planes. Know what I'm saying? I never said that. Okay, we're going to turn it over, cut that safety. It's safety tape. No tape was harmed in the making of this video. Fesley electric guitar Gale series, FLP 900, and something that I'll put this nicely over here. I could throw the box like everybody else, but why? Everybody does that. The other one didn't come with a bag. And by the way, this one was on sale, so I paid a little bit less for it. And it came with a bag. So, props to Fezley for a bag that protected it in shipping. And, let's turn this around. And of course, we'll be around for the aftermath. Imagine that. All right. Well, I'll tell you right away, there's nothing light about it. We're just going to take a quick look in the pocket here. I think there's going to be a strap in here again. Yeah. But they sent me a little sanding block. Fret and string eraser. Nice. Okay, we got a strap. Of course, we got looks like a pretty decent cable. Not the kind I would buy, but one Allen key for the neck, a book, some picks. That's better than the other guys sent. The other guys did send a cord, but not a strap. Could use another strap in this. Well, is this then telling me that they know I'm going to need it? Fret and string eraser, 1000 grit. I don't know. Well, we are going to hope for the best, that we don't actually need it, but they sent it. Awful nice of Fezley. This is not sponsored. So not nice of Fezley to treat me like they treat everybody else. Awful nice of Fezley to treat us all so well. How about that? That makes sense, right? Billy Moran, my Conservative candidate, he won. And then Canada fucked us all. Different story. I live in a place where the tap water is friggin' wonderful. I moved from British Columbia to Edmonton. I was concerned because British Columbia tap water is friggin' wonderful. Calgary tap water stuck, not good at all. But Edmonton tap water, awesome. We're gonna put the blade away so that we don't need to cut ourselves inadvertently. These are always wrapped up the same way. Well, I don't know how many have I had. The last one was the same. Just the elastic band. Nice big bag, perfect size for a small infant. Did I say that out loud? No! Okay. I dare say this one has more wrapping and whatnot on it. Let's just get rid of this box now. Throw it a little bit. Let's get the cushions up here. Well, it feels like this one's already a different color. Very yellow from here. Let's see. Well, little cap over there. I never had one of those before. Another little Fezley chord chart. Right on. QC tag. Take a look at that. I want to show you that. That's a good move on their part. Please, Mr. Camera. Stop it now. All right. Cut that upside down. Just bear with me for a moment on that. These QC cards, I don't know. They give you I'll give you hope. Commitment. And a chord chart, like I said. I'll just... All right. So that's where they label it up as the FLP 900 and that logo. Pretty cool logo. We've still got some cardboard here in the way. Oh, it's taped around. Hang on here. This will pull Mr. Blade back out here. No need to be wrecking anything. Come on, you. Yeah, I'm good with the blade. Yeah, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah. There we go. And inside, even a desiccant silica gel, don't you know? Nice. Well, I'm going to tell you honestly, there's more points for the packing with the Fesley product. I heard about the big red dot. There it is. That's a dot that mimics the way many other guitars are sold in store. A shout out while they're hanging there so that you'll be drawn to the feature, which is Fezley electric guitar and the Fezley website. So, not saying that this is anything in particularly special other than being a Fezley. Let me try the knobs here. They feel substantial, like there's a little bit of weight behind them. They're smooth. Smooth as a baby's bouton. That's a little bit flimsy. I wonder if that needs a little tighten. Let's just see here. Science! Oh, Wait a second, I have it over here. Tools. Not a lot of them because I don't intend to do a lot. Well, maybe I'll be learning as I go. Why is that making noise? Let me just forgive now. There we go. Well, if it was making noise before, it shouldn't now. I'm just going to check on the tightness of these guard screws. They're good. Okay. All right. So, forgive. I am working with the technology here. Come on. Wake up. I want to use the other tool. Thank you very much. This tool. All right. Time to reveal what is likely the biggest difference between this guitar and the other one. Okay. Let's pull that down to there. There it is. We have a body cutaway right here. It looks nice as heck. And we have relief cut here. And then the neck, which has no obvious cracks in it, and the scarf joint that I mentioned, I can see it here. It's triangular. And it's right there. This is finished way nicer. Now, this is more traditional. This color and look. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, I believe, making up this. There's a line there. 1, so this, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, oops. So that's a guitar made of 4 pieces, this body. Now the color in that. What about the flame? How does that look in the camera to you? As I give it the angle and whatnot, and you put the light on it there. Are you seeing any action from the so-called flame? Okay. Let's do the same with the Fezley now. We'll flip it around. We'll see if we can get any action. Out of the flame maple. Brighter. It's brighter in general. Well, I think to me, I like this one better, even for the flaming, and for the body, and for the cutaways. Ooh, and for the screws that are not only mounted, but recessed. These ones seem flush, but these ones seem recessed. Well. I think I'm pretty happy about this. Okay, so we're taking a look now. I'm just taking a peek at the knobs. Okay. One of the things about this guitar that is not correct to me are these 4 knobs. These chrome things. Don't like them. So, if everything in this whole thing goes my way, I would be able to pull that off without too much trouble. Oh, that wasn't true. What about this one? Pop. Yeah, how about this one? Pop. They're heavy too. They're metal. Oh, this one, the center came out. Well, some glue can fix that, but welcome to Chinese parts, huh? Okay, no worries. Nothing a little CA glue won't fix. But let's face it, it does look a little missing something, don't you think? I think so. So let's turn them all down all the way. And while we're here, let's make sure that they look like they're nice and tight. They do, actually. Pretty happy about this. I mean, the other one again was going back regardless. So I don't feel like I'm ordering stuff off Amazon to review it and just send it back. And, you know, I'm not sold out to Leo Jaymz necessarily, although their new Monsoon series of guitars, if you're a shredder type and you know it, you should look at the Monsoon from Leo Jaymz, actually. I've got a microfiber cloth here. Have a few of those around when you're blind. All right. Let's see if Amazon did me bad, dirty, or schmurdy. Schmurdy-gurdy. Hurdy-gurdy. These are plastic knobs, so that takes a little of the allure out, I suppose. Please forgive me not seeing the chat at all today. Hi, Lola. Much more on the Fezley. I like the black covers better too. Thank you for looking, babe. Yeah, you're the only one though, which is fine. You know, this kind of coverage, people are into these Fesleys and Leo Jaymz's. So with any luck, somebody who's looking for info will find it. Ooh, I think I'm going to like that. What do you think? Something's got its volume up when it shouldn't. Bring a tiny little bit of feedback every now and then. Yeah, I think that'll take care of the feedback. Got two microphones running either side of the workbench here. And I got them turned up like so that if anybody yells in the house or at the dog, the cat, or my brother-in-law, you'll all know I don't really have a choice. I don't have a lav mic. So we've got microphones and compressors. You're probably hearing me breathe, but so long as you don't like, don't mind the idea of me breathing, because breathing is good for you. I like it. It's a habit of mine that I tend to keep up for till the good Lord lets me, until then. Oh, what a beautiful city. There are 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. 3 gates to the north and 3 to the south. There are 3 in the east and 3 in the west. There are 12 gates to the city, hallelujah. Oh, man. Thank God I'm not a drug addict that needs drugs in tiny little packs like this, because I can't get the damn thing open. I'd be tearing it and wasting it everywhere, probably. I'd be the least cool guy. Man, you just wasted all the drugs. It's all over the carpet now, man. I can hear it now. It's almost like I've heard it before. No, sir. No, sir. That's not my bag, man. You got a bad heart. There's all kinds of things you should stay away from. And guess what one of those things is? All right, now that looks more vintage to me. You can give me some pointers in the chat, in the comments below, but they're not heavy like these other ones, which is a shame, because I like that heaviness, but I like this. I like this much better. Now, before we tune this up and see what's a what with this, before I do that, I want to actually do one other thing quick while this is set up for handling guitars. I'll just put this to the side for just a moment. Bang, Bangladesh, bang. One of my favoriteest guitars, actually, will always be my Stingray 50 LP bass, because I can kind of play bass a little bit. Oh, what do you know? It's got a friggin' set screw, don't it? So I'm going to need a... Well, that's not bad looking either, though. Why don't we just leave it like that for now? It was missing a knob. Was that loose? No, the knob itself has just got virtually no resistance behind it. So I got a black knob, but that looks fine. That's good for this. Black and silver knob on this black and silver bass. You know what? Let's call that finished. That's like repaired. Put it back up. Wall hanger. Hardly, but true. Okay. Back to the Fezley. The Fezley. Okay. Now, it probably shouldn't involve this, but it works pretty good, so I'm gonna. And that is my little wireless. These are by Natcho. And if there's a problem with them, it's that the batteries don't last as long as I would like them to. Because I would like to be able to put the guitar down and come back to it hours upon hours later and pick it up again and use it, which is not how these work. An hour or two maybe, but we're going to tune like, oh, right. The other thing about these, this. I had mentioned it. Okay, see, these are the more traditional tuners. Now, not traditional in that these are the ones that you find, but they look like this. And this is the other guitar has no markings on the head here on the back. This is the Gale series made in PRC, People's Republic of China. Well, that goes without saying. So we'll see what those are like, but they are as the originals sort of would have been, rather than those other ones which are sort of Shaler-like. Not that Shaler doesn't make ones like this too, but this is the vintage style. Do you see a scarf joint, what they call that here? This is where the traditional break happens. I wouldn't say so necessarily. So, not saying that it's there. It looked to me like this one here has one. Oh, there I go again. Anyway. Yeah, so we just wanted to go back to the tuners there for the moment and check out that headstock. Did it again. That's a feature I could remove from this thing. Got some Fesley QC there. They got a handle on the QC. Whether it's BS or not, I guess, is the question, but fair enough. They're working hard for the QC. Okay, back at it. Let's see if it takes a tune. Can you tune a tuna? Now, would this touch down if I remove this? Yeah, it will. Okay, so I want a little neck rest. Give me a second while I figure that out. Come close to the microphone here and boom you all out. I think that this might just serve as a 50-pound neck rest. Man, that's heavy. Turn it sideways. There we go. We're in the money, as they say. We got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. We're in the money. Sorry. I have no idea what I'm doing, so as I figure this out, you will come along for the ride. I can't really see that very well. Okay. Well, wait a second here. It's close. Okay, is this thing going? Yeah. I'll put it there. That works. Doesn't work for you guys. That does, though. Well, my tummy gets in the way. I'm getting fat. Getting. There it is. That's pretty good. That's right. Oh, volume all turned down. I see nothing on the tuner, thinking to myself, what's going on here? That's enough sharp already. E flat. I like E flat. So let me just go to the fifth here. I knew a guy who was like quite a guitar player who, when he was told this, didn't know this. So I don't want to be condescending, but I do want to tell you, when you're tuning, you go below the note that you're looking for and then start coming up to it. You never tune down to it. You always go past it and then tune back up. Remember, it's not called tuning down, it's called tuning up. So you always tune up. Okay? Always. Beep. I want to hear what it sounds like. It'll be the fretted fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the mark is. Hit the sound. Ding. Getting close. It's a flat. There's the E. It's not an E. It's a E, A, D. So E is too far. There's the D. Show me the D. Uh-oh. Just heard the noise of a nut holding my string back. It's a little creaky sound that comes from the nut as it lets a little ring that's on the string pass. You know, that's wrapped, the string is wrapped with steel. So it's holding the string, and then as one little circular path around goes forward, it makes a little tiny noise. And that means your nut is binding a little bit. I don't think it's going to worry me much. E, A, that ain't an A. That's an A. Let's go, No, this one, it's one back. I think it's about there. Turned in the wrong one. Okay, that's as close as I'm going to bother getting right now. So there's one other thing to do. Let's see here. All right, what do you got for a view here? Maybe a stage center. All right. Bear with me while I reach for the supplies here. Reach for the skies, Mr. Supplies. Have I got a supplies for you? Mr. Bond. Have I got a supplies for you, Mr. Bond? We've got lots of parts. We got crab legs, sea galley. That's lots of little incriminating tiny bags around, thanks to Amazon. That's right. I was thinking Temu in my head, but I try not to shop Temu. I think that it's more Chinese than the others, but I don't know. It is what it is, right? Okay. So what we've got to do here is replace the really cool, I must say, strap buttons with strap locks. Not even going to mess around. You ever seen somebody drop their guitar? I have. Ever dropped a guitar? I have. I think we're going to run the exact same screw though, because then I'll feel like I didn't change the size or bore a hole more deeply than it needs to be, losing a longer screw or something like that. Hopefully the audio is good. A couple of microphones on the job here, so hopefully they're doing the job. Here in, well, what's my bar, but since I don't drink enough to worry about having a bar, this is good for this and other things. You can do all kinds of things on top of a bar that isn't drinking related, and all kinds of other vices one can get up to on the top of a bar. Just saying. Bars tell no tales. I feel like I'm turning this one a little deeper than it was before. I'm going to wait right there for a moment. So I'm going to check my tip. Was slipping there a little bit, and oh, of course you can hear that puppy dog. Just let me look around for other tools here. Thought I had the tools I would need picked out, but I think that one screw is a slightly different size. So we will we'll see if we can make it happier. We'll get a selection of tips and see if one locks in a little better. And if it does, then that's the one to use. Stay. Definitely not that one. I'm hoping this one will lock in a little bit better. I feel like we're not quite there yet, tightness-wise. There it is. Perfect. With Phillips, you often don't have to have the exact right Phillips screwdriver for the job. They're quite forgiving, but when things get tough and you want to exert some force, then suddenly your screwdriver goes spinning out of your screw. And you're like, oh no, I've stripped it. And the reason why is because you didn't actually have the right size screwdriver in the first place. Fair enough, because that's how it happens. These things are a little bit finicky. Oh. Okay, this is not the one I want to use. We'll get a different one. Reasons. That one shouldn't be in there like that. Should be in here. There's another set of strap locks I have that are made by Shaler, and they're just a little bit not fully compatible with this order I made from Amazon when I bought strap locks. So I kept them separate. We use the same screw, put the little felt bumper in there. Definitely don't want to mistreat the guitar before I've even strummed my first chord on it, but it's getting new strap locks. So at this point, can't see any reason to send this one back. Sure as hell hope there's none. What a dope. What a maroon! Can't really see that, but you can imagine me installing the little nipple with the one screw. I'm sure you can come up with that image for yourself in your mind. Then you look at all. Okay. Oh, let's get the Fezley bag. Let's get the Fezley bag and get the strap. I'm not flush with 100 million straps anyway, so we're going to make use of this strap right off the hop. Science! It's made out of seatbelt material. And for fat asses like me, probably just extend it all the way. All right. That's the shaver. That one is not. Okay. Side of this is front and which is back. Okay, back. Lovers in a dangerous time. Come on, be reasonable. As if you're not. China, you will go. Just push that down. All I've got to do is get it started. Let's turn that around. I'm struggling, yes. As are the dogs, apparently. You know what? I'll take a few of these things. We're going to go over here. Oh boy, owie pain. Okay. I haven't got a camera to point down here right this very second, so just bear with me while I get this all figured out on my lonesome here. While the dogs save the world, clearly. Shouldn't be so GD hard to get started. Truth be told. And that's my problem. I'm fighting with this stiff, not really all that stiff, honestly, but come on. All right, screw this. Nope. You're going to be like that, then we'll just get another one. That's why I bought a pack of them, so sure. So I can find the retarded ones, pardon my French. Just putting the strap locks on the new strap so we can use it with the newly installed strap lock buttons. Come on, just go on there. Don't give me a lot of guff. Okay. Let me just tool up here just a little bit. We're almost at the crossroads, which is appropriate for guitars, crossroads. You're going to turn around, are you? No, you're not. You're going to tighten up is what you're going to do. You don't have to turn around. You just have to tighten up. Straighten out and fly right, as they say. Boy, it's time to straighten up and fly right. Okay, one of them is done. That's right, one. But that's halfway. Think about it. Put that one aside. Surely to God one of these will work just fine. Right? Got more guitars than I have straps, so I should have plenty of strap buttons. Or not strap buttons, but strap. What would you call it? Strap clasps? Strap ends? I don't know. Well, it's just as long as I put them both the same way, which is the most important part. Otherwise, you're going to have to put a twist in your strap. Getting there, folks. I know. I had to end up sitting at the desk here to do this. And I've moved the camera from the desk over toward well, over there. So, over toward the guitar. So, in a second, we are going to have the strap locks on the new strap. Never to ever come off ever again, because all the guitars have strap locks. So if I want to use them or abuse them, I just unstrap them, then I zap them. I zap them hard, I zap them fast, I zap them with a bit of cash. Okay. Strap lockus one. Strap lockus two. Take the remote receiver. Plug it into what passes as the amplificator, which is right over here. How about like that? Well, get all the zippers out of the way. Make sure we're not doing any premature scratching. Action may be a touch high, but not bad. I don't know if you guys can really hear that. Doesn't sound bad. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. There you go. Now you can hear it. Let's just kill Let's kill that mic. Bring that one down just a little. That ain't it. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end, and you could have it all. My empire of dirt, I will keep myself. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I will keep myself. I will find a way. Something like that. I don't know. Looking over at chat the first time, Slimlet Mayor. Hey, Mayor. Be sure to hit the like. A lot quieter listening to pianos being too. Oh, is it really? Maplewood. No. Well, let's just see what it has to say, honestly. Give me just a second. I think I know the answer to the question, honestly, but just in case I don't. Thought one of these was already set to the display captcha. So that's the one. The Canadian deal here is $2.99. Mahogany body and rosewood fretboard. And as far as the neck is concerned, it's quite light too. Like it could be mahogany as well. I'm not sure about as far as the fingerboard, I suppose it could be rosewood. The other one was ebony, which I'm not sure. But this one here at $2.99. The black one was $2.99. But the gold one they wanted $680 for, with no difference in the setup, just the color. So I think I was pretty happy with this one. And they mentioned the cutaway neck and the body area here. So that's exactly what I got. Although as they show this cutaway, they don't show exactly how nicely that neck flows up into there by the graphic they've put on there. Oh, there goes mahogany neck, mahogany body, mahogany neck. Yeah, I get it. Really did look like it too. So there's the answer: mahogany neck, rosewood fingerboard, bone nut, which needs a little file maybe. If I hear any more creaking from that bone nut, what I'll do is I'll loosen up the string and I'll run the string back and forth through the nut like as if it was a file, because I don't have a file that's exactly the right size. They call it a quadruple A maple top. They don't use the word flame, but they do use the word figured maple top, which I would have to say it seems to be. Striking flame pattern. I would love to see somebody cut one of these in half and see exactly how much of a top they put on it. But, honestly, it's every bit as nice as the Leo Jaymz, and I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy. What's that song again? Oh, you say goodbye. That'll be the day when you make me cry. You said you wanna leave me. You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die. You said you This is a weird chord. Something like that. That other one with the birds, I forget the. I need a certain word in my brain. Ugh. So stupid. What are the words for three little birds? Don't worry about a thing. Why can't I get that in my brain? Bizarre. Hang on a second here. We'll close that. I think we'll. Yeah, I think we'll close that. I don't think that's important either. All right. Okay, give me a sec here. That'll be the day. That'll be the day. You said you're gonna leave me. You know it's a lie. You know it's a lie. You know it's a lie. That'll be the day. You know it's a lie. You say you're gonna leave me. You know it's a lie. 'Cause that'll be the day when I cry my eyes out. Probably. Let's kill that. We don't need to make the battery die here, do we? Yeah, go to sleep. Go sleepy sleep. Put that there. Yeah, that's close enough. This thing will be a tuning nightmare for a while, like they always are. Most of the channels that have reviewed this would say immediately change your strings. Like the strings that come on this thing are just garbage. And they're probably right. But they are also sponsored by string company dudes. So much as I would like to, I think I'll pound on these for a while first, and then we'll take it from there. Because I have no string sponsorships. And let's just see what acoustically it thinks. If we're close still. That seems a little sharp. Tunes up fast. These are 18-to-1 ratio on the tuning, and the one thing is right here. None of the Les Pauls do it because they have this arched top, but none of them do a relief right here for the arm. This is the thing that I think is missing from this style of guitar, is a nice relief that goes basically from about almost mid guitar or mid guitar all the way up to about here. Like this whole section right here could be relieved strongly so that this width goes down by quite a bit. And overall, this guitar has the same overall width as the standard one, it strikes me, or as the other Leo Jaymz, pretty much the same width. But it does have, as I tell you, that's very comfortable. Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable, honestly. Honestly, that was like cut for a hand. I gotta say, they've done a job right there. That's way better than the other one, as far as I can tell. Again, my opinion, meaning next to nothing, but bass, a little bit of drums, very little bit, but a little bit. Like a bass player's got to have some idea of drums, but that doesn't make me good at either. I'm a singer, right? Pretty much. But I want to learn guitar better, and I kind of wanted a Les Paul in my fleet. I mean, there's no good reason for me to have even two guitars. Well, there is a bass and a six string, but beyond that, there isn't any reason, except for you want a 4-string bass and a 5-string bass. After that, there's no reason to have any more guitars. Well, except that you want a Strat and a Les Paul. I mean, if you have a Strat and a Les Paul and a 4-string and a 5-string, then you really don't need any more guitars, unless you need a classical guitar, because that's a different kind of guitar entirely. So if you've got a 4-string bass and a 5-string bass and a Strat and a Les Paul and a ukulele from school and a classical guitar, then you have all the guitars you need, right? Okay, well, I don't have a telly. Ha ha! Something like that. What other instruments? That's just nothing. I play my bass. I play other people's parts too, but that's a different thing altogether. But it does cause noises, and I like those noises. They're almost as nice as this. Okay, that's out of tune now already. Hey, let's unplug and check it out. See what the tuner has to say now. I think a guitar has to go out of tune a bunch of times when you first buy it. Yeah, that E is super sharp. Intonation seems okay. A. That's not bad. once again. Not bad. G's pretty much right there. These are some sharp strings, it strikes me. Not sharp in terms of tone, just sharp on my fingers. That might be a little bit sharp intonation-wise, but let's let things bend in. There's still room on that adjuster to do it. This one does not have the wire on it. The other one did. The wire, you don't know what that is, runs underneath the adjustment screws here and tensions them so that they don't loosen back on their own. That might not be an issue here, I don't know. You know what? Let me do my thing here, why not? Give me just a sec. Need one tool to try something out. Okay. First thing, the capo. We're going to put that on the 12. Okay, we're happy with that. There's that slot. Come on, you. You're the keeper guitarist. I don't want to scratch you too much. How come you're not going right on in there? Okay, there it is. Okay. Expect the tone to go down. That's up. This is down. Okay, we're going to do the other one about the same amount. Come on, stinker. There we go. We're going to watch the last string drop in tone. A little bit farther with this one. See if I can get them both pointing straight for fun. Yeah, I have them both pointing. Both straight for fun. Okay, so now we'll take the capo off and we'll tune again. This one's turned into a B sharp, or sorry, B flat. The B flats. Sorry, the E flat. I need a break. E flat turned into an E. The next one, not an A, E, A, D, G, right? I still have to think about it. Ba 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 ba. I could turn that up a little too. Okay. that can go lower. Okay. Once again, we capo the 12th. Ringing fine. We're going to take out 180 degrees of screw here. So as soon as I find the slot, what's wrong with my eyesight, I do not know. Come on, there it is. So we'll take out 180. And the tone will drop. Sounded like going up, didn't it? I did. I forget my direction. Make it nice and straight. Same thing with the treble side. Go 180 degrees. Now that feels like it's at the bottom of its travel now, and it is. So that is as low an action as this was going to allow me. The bass side's still up a little. And buzzing just a little bit. So let's just get it up a little bit from there. We'll bring the other side up just a little bit so it's not on its snubber here, which it seems to be at this point. And we'll pull the capo. Ooh, her little creak from the nut. Tune back up to E. Tiny bit of buzz. Okay, let's just play it like this for a bit. See what it sounds like. Into the amp we go. More. Mayor. Hey, Mayor. Mayor. Mayor, Mayor. Drop the action as low as I think we can get it with the neck that we've got. Seems pretty low. Not a lot of travel there. Like that. Seems to be working okay. Doesn't look like, but it probably is some, some plastic on top of the, there's a plastic there. I can see it now. Plastic on top of the pickups. That will have to eventually be picked off of there. but probably when I decide I'm going to take it apart, see what it's inside. But whatever kind of these pickups are, they're just fine. And when it comes to this bridge, the only thing I was thinking about was that I'd like to see a roller bridge there because rolls make sense to me. But whether I do or don't ever replace this with a roller bridge is irrelevant because while there's the Timu version and I think it's less than $20, or there's the Geiker version that's more like $60, I'm sure that all these parts are the Timu version of any of this. But honestly, this part here holds your strings, so how fancy does that need to get? You can get one with a little skull on it or whatever, I guess, but what are you going to do? This one here, the string rolls across a point, and I just like the idea of rollers. I even like the idea of rollers for the nut, roller nut. But, whether I ever do anything about any of that is not really relevant. This is exactly all it needs to be. This is great little Les Paul copy. So, I think this one's a keeper. That sounds dead. They both slipped a little. I'm going to get used to it over the next few days. At least it's got a strap of its own that I don't have to sub out for the other straps, although maybe this one will end up on something else and I'll use one of my nicer leather straps on this. But the body looks nice. The rear caps fit good. The mahogany is clearly throughout, as it is clearly a mahogany body and neck. Mahogany, you say. And play-wise, I'm certainly no... it's like instant on. Kind of a shredder when it comes to the tone knobs. Shredder guitars don't need tone knobs. They're 100% all on all the time. You know what? I may restring this yet, but maybe not today. Maybe today I'll just play this. But since it is going to be my keeper, I think I should put some super slinkies on there. Any of you string guys know what I mean. Definitely want a set of the super slinkies on there. We'll have to get this sticker off there eventually. We'll slowly work that sticker off one way or the other until it comes clean, and then we'll hit it with the alcohol, and who knows? Doesn't want to come.
Incoming voice call from Lynette.
Oh boy. Hang on a second here. All right, figuring out the dinner. We got the dinner all figured out now. In like 10 minutes, I have to go upstairs and get something out of the oven before it burns, is what it comes down to. And although there's no saving the Fezley sticker, this is a one-time. They don't expect you to remove this in one piece. They didn't send any stickers, which is something that a lot of these places do to give you a reason to put a sticker on something. And I don't have much for nails because, well, I cut them. But nails seem to take it off pretty good. Afterwards, I'll hit it with a little alcohol to get off this residue. Probably take the finish right off this thing, because you never know. Back in the day, the finish for a guitar was what they called nitrocellulose. But these days, the finish for a guitar is a epoxy of sorts. Yes, like the glue. Like a hardening, which seems to work out pretty good. Got the glue just pilling up underneath my fingers now, probably taking a little bit of skin with it each time. All right. Let's pretend that that's done. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, I did have a pick somewhere in my hand. I don't know where that pick went. Oh, there it is. All right. That's that one. La 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 la. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause no, I guess it's that way. Don't worry, that's right, about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, early on my doorstep, singing them sweet songs, melodies pure and true. This is my lesson to you. Something like that. Turn it up. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, under the eyes of God. 3 little birds flying right on my doorstep, singing them sweet songs with melodies pure and true. This is my lesson to you. Something like that. All right. Well, what's that, an hour? No, nearly 2 hour and 10 minutes. We'll be bottling up the Leo Jaymz to go back to Leo and be, I don't know, refurbished. And we'll be polishing up the Fezley to go forward in our arsenal of guitars. So for me, if you ask me if it's Leo Jaymz over Fezley, It looks like it's Fesley over Leo Jaymz. And if there's a reason, well, these guitars really are similar, but they're not similar in the way that these bodies are cut. So you can't really go wrong there. So the bottom line is, if you really like the more traditional one, go with the other one, I think, because not everyone's going to have a crack in the neck. But if you want one that's a little more modern, I guess go with Fezley. There you go. So from Dimebag World Headquarters here in the corner of my basement, I hope this was informative, and I hope you visit my channel, give me a sub, and, do the things that YouTube loves. And hopefully you'll play my playlist and give me some watch hours. That is, if you can stomach my singing.